lose 25 or 30% of the farmers in this country if they don't do something.
And I've never been as worried as I am now about whether or not my kids and grandkids will be able to carry on.
So we've got a big one to talk about right here. Farmers, Arkansas, a lot going down over there. There are farmers losing everything right now. Complete bankruptcy because they say of the tariffs. I want to dive into this. There's a lot going on with this. And there are people losing everything. This is a really big thing. Farmers are the backbone of the United States. Without them, we're going to be in a world of hurt. And we got to figure this out. Politicians, you better get your phone calls on because you got to fix this. Let's go. I mean, it's just article after article after article talking about how hundreds of Arkansas farmers are losing everything. China just said, you know what, we're going to buy it from somewhere else. And now what?
We're going to lose 25 or 30% of the farmers in this country if they don't do something. It has to be done, and it's not just here. It's everywhere.
Farmers are making a cry for help before it's too late. Countless farmers gathered to speak to representatives of Arkansas leaders to share the urgency that something needs to be done. Jake.
Many farmers spoke up at the meeting, and the message was straightforward. They need help, and they need it now.
He looked at me, sir, and he said, I love you, Mr. Trump. I need to see the fruit of love.
Farmers in crisis align way out the door of the Woods Chapel Baptist Church in Brooklyn as hundreds of farmers from not only Northeast Arkansas, but from across the state came to voice their concerns about the current state of farming. Representatives from U.S. Congressman Rick Crawford, U.S. Senator Tom Cotton, and U.S. Senator John Boozman's offices were in attendance to hear those concerns. Among those farmers in attendance was a farmer in Woodruff County, Chris King. He told me this was his 39th harvest, and he has never seen it as bad as this.
And I've never been as worried as I am now about whether or not my kids and grandkids will be able to carry on.
You know, I've been saying for a very long time, it is extremely hard to make it as a farmer. A lot of these farms have gotten smaller and smaller as families decided, you know, I don't want to do that. They break up, they sell off, and the cost of equipment have gone sky high, cost of fertilizer, and then all the lawsuits over seed. Go look that up. That seed copyright and trademark has just gone nuts, where they can take your entire property just by suing you because you reuse some seed. And then here we are with this. And I've said for a while that I think
to realize that Trump and J.D. Vance bought stocks in companies that buy up land, aka farmland, and they made the tariffs so that you would lose your land so that they could buy your land and make money.
No, I wouldn't say I completely agree with this, but I have said that corporations have been trying to buy up farmland at scale for a very long time. I'll just go look at the maps of farmlands, foreign countries, giant corporations, and it does draw a question mark. Comment down below what you think. Maybe we can connect the dots. Corporations will own these giant farms, you know, where you can have thousands and thousands and thousands of acres being farmed all at one time. Because the way I understand farming is if you don't own 1,000 acres or more, it's extremely hard to make a profit. Comment down below if you know more about this than me. I want to hear y'all's thoughts up, down, left, right, because we can all learn from each other in the comment section. But now that this is happening, it's almost like it's created to break up these farms, for corporations to swoop in and buy up all this land. I mean, in the north end of our county right now, it's all turned into housing. Giant farms are selling out for housing development, and they're creating a whole new city up there. It's wild. I want to know your thoughts. Comments down below.
King, the main problem starts with the fact that they can't sell for profit.
I just would like to see somebody help us get our markets back. We need our exports, and we just need to be paid for what we do. And that's not happening. And we're in real trouble.
But that is not the only issue. King's wife, Melissa King, and farmer in Biggers, Arkansas, Scott Brown, said they are struggling to afford the cost that is needed just to take care of the farm.
The prices that we're getting now are prices like they were when we were children, and what it costs for us to farm is astronomical now. I mean, the price of a combine when we were kids was, you know, in the 20,000s, and now it's 100,000.
I farm 800 acres by myself. I can't afford any help. I farm with paid-for equipment. All my tractors are 50 years old, and I can't hardly make this deal work. How's the guys farming 5 and 10,000 with 20 hands and $1 million combines and $1 million drills going to make it work?
But
let's add on this. Interest rates right now are so high that if you had to finance this equipment, you had to finance your seed, you had to finance your fertilizer, you had to do any type of farm loan, you're looking at 7, 8, 9, 10, 12% interest rates, which takes away all the cash flow. And then if these politicians don't come out and fix this market, you got a real problem. And the problem with that is it takes so long to get a crop in. You know, you're looking at 6 months from plant to harvest, get it to the port, get your price. A lot has changed. A lot changes politically in 6 months. We know that you go from a government on the left to the government on the right to the government on the left, you get 2 different policies. And I don't know how you can forecast a farm that far out that all of a sudden an executive order can change your entire farm outlook. Not to mention congressional, everything they like to do, they move at a snail's pace, and then they just start dumping money all over the place. I will say this, they will bail out everybody in the world in our country, but they won't bail out the farmers. I want to know what you think about that. You know, we always say, well, the answer is a bailout. Well, the answer is a bailout based upon all the things that they've done in the past. You can't go back to zero and start over and move forward. They just keep throwing money at things to keep it going. So a market never corrects to fix itself. And here we are staring down the barrel of a you-know-what, and politicians will have their committees, they will do their talking and have their hobnobbing, and maybe a year from now they'll fix this. In the meanwhile, everybody goes bankrupt. This is wild. It's so frustrating to watch this stuff because I know how politics work.
for Brown, there is something that rounds out all the issues that they are facing, the tariffs.
I think the tariffs are the ice cream on the cake of a perfect storm. When you try to sell a product, okay, U.S. soybeans leaving New Orleans without the tariff to China are cheaper than Brazilian soybeans at the current market. But when you put the tariff on top of them, Brazilian beans are cheaper.
So how can this be fixed?
In the short term, they have no choice but to mail us a check. I don't know a farmer that likes the check program. Nobody wants to take taxpayer dollars, but nobody wants to go broke. Nobody wants to lose everything. Long term, we have to have options, markets, and places to sell our product.
You know, Congress likes to fix things with a tax write-off or a tax subsidy or a tax exemption. Well, if you're at zero and you're making zero, tax help will not fix this because you're at zero. The bank still wants theirs. Monsanto still wants theirs for seed. Fertilizer company still wants theirs. And if you don't have the money to cover it, you just don't have the money. It's wild how this stuff works. Politicians will be politicians. That's why I get so frustrated with them.
My kids and grandkids will be able to carry on.
He said, I love you, Mr. Trump. I need to see the fruit of your love.
5 of my customers have committed. That's how serious that this is.
And what it costs for us to farm.
I can totally see how that could happen. I mean, we are basically one bad crop away from complete catastrophe. Let's say you've taken all this money out, there's no buyers, and then you have a crop that's a complete disaster. You're done. You're done. Your family's entire ranch, your family's entire farm is gone. And then we're looking at Europe and China and Brazil to do all of our farming. What kind of national security is that when you can't even feed your own populace? Because it's just not financially doable in the United States anymore.
Now those representatives in attendance will be taking these concerns they heard to Washington, D.C. to share with the government leaders so they can try and find a way to solve this problem before it's too late. Reporting in the studio, Jake Tester, K8 News.
Jake, thank you. Northeast Arkansas representatives.
If you're a farmer out there, comment down below. Let me know if this is a thing. I don't know why there's these lines coming down through the lens here, but that's all I got, everybody. This is a very interesting topic, and I hope that somebody can make sense of it because they need help. And politicians need to do something about this. And we need to get our act together in this country and stop. Every one of our problems are self-inflicted in this country. It's so wild how and to read the comments of what people are saying about the farmers is insanity. Like, so many people are just wishing farmers ill. What is with that? Comment down below. I want to know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're looking to buy real estate on the Gulf Coast of Florida, Alabama, I'd be happy to help you. And if you need an agent anywhere in the country, I'd be happy to help you with that one too. My email's down below. I'll find you one the best I can. See you guys later.